Hi folks, today I wanted to talk about a phenomenon that has overtaken us socially, culturally over the last decade or so, and that's the effects of social media interaction. For those of us who participate in any form of social media, mainly Facebook for us older people. I think younger people are beginning to move away from Facebook, which is very wise. There's a strange phenomenon in characteristics of social interaction and people's behaviour. There's certain traits in how people relate to each other, who they identify with, who they associate with, and also who they tend to group with, even if those people are not the most suitable people for them to actually group with. Let me explain. Social media causes so much insecurity in people. People are by nature insecure, and the greater the exposure they have to the outside world, where they receive feedback, criticism, or even abuse, that serves only to exacerbate their insecurities. Now, what happens on Facebook is you get certain people who deal with their insecurities by being offensive or being insulting or being loud or being vulgar, and there's other people who normally would not associate with these people, but they do, because for whatever reason these loud people, if the insecure person, or rather another insecure person, receives attention from the loud person, that actually helps to placate their insecurities and give them a sense of security. And in return, because of that, they tend to then inadvertently look up to this loud, vulgar person who's actually insecurity in disguise. So you have an effect which I sort of identify with building houses with playing cards, where they collectively lean on each other for support. And as the saying goes, today's breath of fresh air is tomorrow's ill wind. Well, it really doesn't take much of an ill wind to blow down this pack of cards, and then it all starts again. Then with Facebook, you then have an endless round of people private messaging everybody, or withdrawing and trying to group together who supports them, who doesn't support them, who agrees with them, who doesn't agree with them. An endless round of screenshots and a rapidly accelerating circle of scandal, really. And then the whole thing starts again. Other people tend to use Facebook to literally say things in disguise because they are either too gutless to actually say it to somebody's face, they are not articulate enough to be able to say it to somebody properly, or they really don't have a credible an argument with any basis in fact. So what they do is simply resort to snide remarks that the other person will pick up on, and it's a form of social media or a social media version of a playground. Now, as you may have read in the papers in the past, with young people, there's the phenomenon of response to their photos, namely on Instagram or whatever the case may be, Imager, even Facebook. And there are people who, they put their photos out there, and then if they do not receive the response that they feel they should get, or a response that equates to what the response their friend has got, they then either delete it, or they get upset, or they become even more insecure. In short, social media, for all the wonderful benefits of bringing people together, it has also created a human psychology all of its own. It's become a sort of a virtual lunatic asylum, if you like. And if you actually step back and just go through people and look at what they post, and then ask yourself not just what they posted, but why they posted it. Even if it applies to you, at the end of the day, everybody has a right to say whatever they want. That doesn't matter. But think about it. If somebody thinks by making a remark that is cryptic, that applies to you, that only you would work out, do they think that that really is having any effect? What is it saying about them? It is really saying that they are immature, insecure, inarticulate, they are gutless, they cannot really express themselves as a mature, educated, civilized human being. Also, it's not a case for you to actually be upset, which many people are, but for myself, when I see these remarks, if they are applied to me, for example, then I actually draw courage from them, because I then see that the person responsible, or persons, for the reasons that I've already stated, can't actually engage in any educated, civilized dialogue with me. All they can do is make ridiculous remarks, and I know that, for example, that they are directed at me or a friend or whatever the case may be, and it actually has the opposite effect. As I said, I draw strength from it, because it's literally confirming to me who these people are, what they are like, and how fortunate I am that they are not in part of my life anymore. And in that respect, there's nothing easier than the block button. And ultimately, people take offense if you block them. But if people give you reason to not like what they are saying to you or what they are showing to you, do not hesitate. Do not feel that you should be beholden to toxic people who use the web as a way to enter your life through your phone, tablet, computer while you are sat at home, and upset you and spoil your day, spoil your evening, spoil your night out, or spoil your holiday. The minute you see that people are not behaving correctly towards you, do not retaliate, do not waste any emotional or intellectual energy on them whatsoever. The first thing you do is literally block. That's it. End of. And anybody who falls into the vacuum that they will create, and that will always happen, and you'll be surprised at the people who will let you down, who you may thought were friends, and they will get sucked into this vacuum by these immature people. Watch them and make notes. And as you make notes, judge for yourself how much time these people are worth, and consider it a free education, a free test in all those who be they friends, acquaintances, contacts, whatever level they may be. It gives you the opportunity to decide just how much time they are worth. And as I said, the minute you see people jump on the bandwagon with cryptic messages, cryptic posts rather, comments, begin by unfollowing them. And if you cannot stop what you are being presented with, then go through the offenders and just block ruthlessly. Because if you were at a restaurant, in a pub with a friend, and somebody came over and was being offensive to you, if you could not stop it, you would leave, or you would ask them to leave, or you would take whatever action is necessary to stop that person from interfering with your evening. And yet, you have the power to stop somebody immediately, because they are not real. They really are not. They are virtual emojis, whatever you wanted to call them, virtual characters that have acquired this alternative social media personality. And in reality, you will find those who shout the loudest are those who have most to fear. As the saying goes, people in glass houses should not throw stones. I think that speaks for itself. Be back with another one soon. Goodbye.